All right, guys, so I'm taking out the starter on the 540, and just quick notes, you just gotta undo these bolts. It's a 10, 13, and an 8. You got 3 over here, and there's 2 bell housing right there, 1 and 2. Then after that, it gets stuck, which is kind of fucked up. See, like, you need a crowbar or a fucking pry bar and a hammer, and what you gotta do is basically like wedge it on in between the bell housing as well as this corner right here that I'm kind of focusing on, and you just gotta shimmy the fuck away. Just pray to God it comes out. Smack it a few times. I'm gonna go underneath the car right now and show you guys a bit better. All right, so here is where the starter is, right? And the bell housing bolts are right about here. It's very hard to see here, I just took that in, but right there, you see that bolt that's missing, and then there's one above that that little crevice over there. Literally right above this part is like an identical bolt, E12. You gotta take that out, and then what you gotta do is basically wedge the pry bar into this little spacing over here and just kind of wiggle it out, hit it with the hammer a few times, and it should basically just fall out. Just a quick side note, so my issue was the rust, and as you guys can see, this is pretty fucking rusted. Like, it's pretty bad out here. Check this side a bit. Oh my god. Yeah, it's pretty bad, like overall, the rust, but my main issue was the ground cable on the car starter had actually frayed, and because of that, the connection wasn't there. So I'm gonna go back to the car starter now and let's check that out. All right, so we're back here. So you guys can see right here. So this is the no crank, no start issue. Right over here, you guys can see that. It's just completely frayed off. So if you're in the middle of a Canadian Tire and you try to turn your car on, and that shit doesn't turn on, it's probably your car starter. And again, don't quote me on that because everyone's scenario is different. But in my case scenario, this little disconnection is what ruined it all. Got me stranded. So I'm just replacing that now, and that is the main issue right there. As you guys can see, the ground is kind of just frayed out of its place right there, and this shit left me stranded in the middle of a Canadian Tire parking lot. But thankfully it's a manual car, so I got it push started. But yep, that's what fucked my shit up. So just remember, the rust is literally a car's cancer. So just make sure you always clean those terminals. Again, I could probably reserve this and kind of get it back to working again, but I just went ahead and bought a new one. Like, I could fix that negative like that ground right there, but I just thought, you know what, if I'm going this far anyways, might as well just do it once and never look back again. So again, just wanted to let you guys know, and if the starter is stuck to the car, make sure you guys use a pry bar, and don't take it lightly. Just smack the fuck out of it. Do not hold back unless you're planning on reusing it, and at that point you should reevaluate your cheapness, because if you're reusing this, that's fucked up. And just again, just to quickly like troubleshoot a no crank no start, if the electricals aren't weird and you're not noticing any weird just weird electricals overall, like you know, fucking roll down the windows, have the radio going and the AC on, you put down the little mirrors that the passenger gets, and next thing you know, your steering wheel is moving up and down, shit like that means definitely it's the ignition switch. But if it's just nothing at all, the battery is completely good. I literally replaced the battery. Kind of pissed me off because I realized I wasted like $250. Didn't really need to fucking get a new battery for this old school, but I mean, I kind of needed it, but whatever. Besides the point, yeah, like the battery was good. Alternator, I push started it stayed on, you know, it held its charge. So I kind of just ruled those two out, and the last thing was the starter. So as you guys can see, I decided to just go at it and found out that the ground was disconnected over there. But yeah, so if you're having any weird electricals, just it's the ignition switch for sure. But other than that, no start, no crank, it typically means your car starter. But if you're noticing any electrical issues, then it's definitely the ignition switch. And then like another test you could do is just keep the headlights going and try to crank the car that way. And if the battery, like if it looks like the headlights dimmed a little bit, it's gonna be your battery. But if you've already ruled all that out, the no crank, no start definitely is, again, like I reiterated it like 4 times, it's definitely the car starter. But hope you guys enjoyed and maybe pick something up.